Hi, this is Judy Gula with Artistic Artifacts, and we have a creative clip using Deco Foil. So foils absolutely have a beautiful tint shine to them. They adhere with glue. So you have this Deco glue. You have this is the same, different tip, whereas this one is just with a jar. And then you have a writing tip, oops, here. And the foil comes per color, per container, which of course is not gonna open now because and you get multiple sheets. So this is a brand new color for us, and it's 5 sheets per pack. The trick with foil is you have a little mantra that says color side up, color side up. I've been doing this for a long time and I still wanna put the color side down. But color side up. So we're going to use this color. These are some samples. We can work with foils on paper, which is where a lot of this comes from. It is the paper industry. But of course, if it works on paper, it's going to work on fabric. So here is putting glue through a stencil. This is light glue. This is heavy glue. You can really see the difference between there. This is working with organza, and so you can see there's some gold. The glue was added with a stencil. It has a little bit of shine. It's light glue, but I'll show you that trick there. And then this piece here was a little more solid. You can see my little gloop through there, but that's okay. I'm going for color, and it's going to kind of be an applique, and I'll use it in stitching. But this is what it looks like when the glue leaves the foil, takes the foil off of the paper and puts it onto the fabric. Another type of glue that we use in the fabric industry has to do with fusibles, double-sided fusibles. Misty Fuse is a very lightweight fusible, so it's going to give you a nice hairy, lighter feel to it. Wonder Under, which is a little bit thicker, is going to be more color, more solid. And then Steam-A-Seam 2 is also going to give you a more solid. So you can cut motifs out of these fusibles, and then that will be the way of transferring your foil from the paper to the fabric. Okay, so I tend to use this more than the others. I'm going to put my stencil down here, and maybe I'm going to turn it a little bit. Doesn't always have to be square. And I'm going to use my favorite tool, a used credit card or gift card. So I take a little bit out, and remember what we learned, if we put more glue on it, as we put through here, gently, not pushing, then we're going to have a more solid color. If I push really hard, I'm going to have less glue. Here. So I tend to use these as a kind of appliques where I can do the foiling first and then I can apply it to what I'm working with. So I can cut these out and it'll work really well. Any place that you have the glue, even this little oops over here, is going to pull up foil. So you can see my stencils here, and this is what it looks like. Now, the most tricky thing is you must let it dry, completely dry. Heat gun doesn't really work because of course we just tried that, but you really have to do this in advance, kind of let it set several hours if not overnight, and then go back and transfer the foil. So here's one that we did already with a Crafter's Workshop stencil. And you can see there's still a little glue on this one. But so what I did is I took this stencil, I layered it with the organza, and to get double duty out of it, I put a piece of cotton underneath it. So now I have two things that I can foil. you see that? Can you see the stencil? And you really can't see the stencil when it's dry. And you have to, when you use this glue, you need to make sure you wash your stencil right away because it will glue up your stencil. But it comes off pretty easy. All right, so I'm gonna use my sheet of foil and I'm gonna put it just here. And this is a bone ash sheet, Teflon sheet, parchment paper, and I have this hot iron. And I'm gonna iron a couple of times. It's on hot, as hot as it can go. When you're doing this on papers, you can put it through a laminator and it will do the same work as the iron. Supposed to let things cool. Again, my patience doesn't always go that way. Ooh, we're loving this green. Oh, this is so cool. So here's that one. Let's see if this one is dry enough. We'll try that. This is the organza. All right, glue side up. I'm gonna take the paper off. Teflon sheet over top, iron. Okay. Let's see what happens. You can see the other side, so this should be good. Oh, this is what happens when the glue's not dry. See, it's not holding any of it. So now you know what not to do, okay? So that glue was not dry enough, so now we're not being able to transfer the foil to that. Okay then, what not to do. We'll wait until that dries. So if you look at my workstation, this is bone ash sheet on top of a wool mat. And I tend to work on this surface because it easily cleans up, which is good, especially when you goof. So now let's try, we have these fabulous rice papers for those paper, and I did a little piece here. It's still a little tacky, but you can't see it, which is a good sign. And we're gonna do a little bit of gold. And again, color side up. And because I have the iron already out, I'm gonna use the iron. The rice paper's pretty strong. You can see it a little bit there. And you can see where it highlights this paper. And it'll work on any paper. You can put a little bit of glue in your journal and add foil afterwards, which is what I usually do at the end of the page. These rice papers are fabulous, works well on fabric. And then when you put it through a laminator for the heat process, this is what you get too. But of course it starts with the adherent of the glue first and being patient enough to let it dry. So we have all of this on artisticartifacts.com and we'll post this on our website and social media. Thank you.